everybody, and welcome back. I am the Sovereign, and this is my court. Welcome to another edition of the Court Council, where we discuss social events, YouTube news outside of the other topics that occur here on my channel. So, have you guys seen what's been going on Twitter? If you don't follow me on Twitter, you should be following me on Twitter because the links are in the description box below. Twitter has erupted with news of a photo of Khloe Kardashian being accidentally dropped on the internet. It is an unedited photo of Khloe kind of just hanging out with her family at a pool. It's her in a bikini looking happy and, fresh and having fun, but it was not meant to be posted. It is unedited, and Khloe has been taking the steps to forcefully, legally remove that picture from the internet. And we all know how that worked out for her, huh? You cannot take anything off the internet. Once it is on the internet, it's on the internet. And there's this thing called the Streisand effect, where when you try to remove something or keep knowledge from people, people purposefully will then seek it out just to see what you're trying to keep from them. Like, I did not care about this photo until I found out that Khloe was so concerned about it that she was like striking Twitter accounts and forcibly taking down Twitter accounts. Like, she was taking down people's Twitter accounts just to keep this photo from being shared. So I'm like, oh, now I need to go find the photo to see, like, it must be something so bad for her to be going this length. Honestly, it's not. It's basically just an unedited photo of Khloe Kardashian. But this has led to a wider conversation about the beauty standards that are upheld here on the internet, beauty standards that were largely created by the Kardashians themselves. The Kardashian family is known for their aesthetics, for their beauty, right? Beauty. They're known for that, their beauty, their, perfected photos, airbrushed looks, flawless finish. They're known for being and looking seemingly perfect. And because the Kardashians have kind of had such this massive influence in Instagram culture and Photoshop nation and all this stuff, because they've had this type of impact to where they're forcing or seemingly forcing the public to adhere to this very high beauty standard, people are kind of looking at them sideways, because now it's like, you guys built this beauty standard. You guys upheld this high beauty standard of having perfectly airbrushed photos, photoshopped to hell. Every photo must be lit perfect, like perfect angles, everything's perfect. But they've pushed it so far to where not even the Kardashians themselves can meet this threshold, can meet this beauty standard. And this is what Khloe was super afraid of, is that people would see her in her natural state. Everybody sees the airbrushed photos of the Kardashians, and they want to keep up this facade of constantly being perfect, to where when one little thing that's not airbrushed hits the internet, Khloe Kardashian starts freaking out. And Khloe released this statement basically saying, I have been my entire life, I have been nitpicked. People have made fun of the way I look, told me that I look different than my sisters, told me I was the ugly Kardashian, told me I was the fat Kardashian. And it's just like, everybody's sitting here and looking at this, and it's like, but Khloe, you upheld this standard. You and your family upheld this standard. You and your family were the ones that were doing all the Photoshop, having these perfectly airbrushed photos, having the perfect bodies, getting all this plastic surgery. You're telling the public that they're forcing you to meet the standard when y'all are the ones that enacted the standard. The rest of the world, the rest of the culture, even other celebrities have been stretching themselves to meet this unattainable beauty standard that the Kardashians have perpetuated and profited from. You got the Kardashians on Instagram flexing like tummy teas, weight loss or appetite suppressant lollipops, got the waist trainers. Like, they're the ones that have been profiting the most off of their artificial bodies. And because y'all not about to play me. Okay, you can play the rest of the YouTube world, a YouTube community. I was a fitness competitor, so I am completely within my rights to tell you what body was and was not built in the gym. Kim, Khloe, none of their bodies. Kylie, not built in the gym. Here's a picture of me, a body built in the gym. You can tell. The muscle mass, the thighs match the booty. That's a body built in the gym. And yet the Kardashians have been on the internet for years, perpetuating this idea that they're fitnessaholics and that their bodies were built in the gym, which is furthering this negative narrative of these unattainable bodies. Those bodies, I can tell you, were not built in the gym. There is not a muscle in sight. That's why their thighs don't match their butt. There's no muscle. There's nothing there. Y'all don't work out. You go to the doctor. And I don't care what women do. If you want to do something with your body, do what you want with your body. It's your body. If you want to get a nip and a tuck and a filler and a whatever, a lift, do what you want with your body, but don't lie about it. That's the thing that Kardashians have been doing that really bugs people. They've been lying about it. These are the people that constantly deny having any work done, having any plastic surgery. They lie till their front teeth fall out and then get those replaced. They lie to everyone and pretend as if these are natural nature's bodies, which they're not. But by lying about it, they further this beauty standard by telling the public, if you work hard enough, you could look like us. You just don't work hard enough. You just don't do enough. You just don't drink enough tummy tea. You just don't do enough sit-ups. If you did enough, you could look like us. If you did all the skincare that we do, if you had Kylie's skincare, you could have beautiful, clear skin like Kylie. It's like that's not how this works. But you guys have perpetuated this negative beauty standard because you profit off of it. You profit off the photos, you profit off the makeup, you profit off the looks, you profit off the lies. And I'm sure Khloe knows that if she doesn't continue to perpetuate this idea, her brand could come tumbling down. The Kardashian brand could come tumbling down if people suddenly realize that the Kardashians are a manufactured family. Their entire brand is built off of perfection, so the moment something seems imperfect, Khloe's losing her mind. And this is also coming from her own insecurities, from her inability to accept her difference, which this is why I talk about it so much on my channel. If you don't go to the point where you accept yourself for who you are, you end up like Khloe, who's constantly striving for something that's not attainable. She's constantly changing herself to meet something that's not her. Honestly, Khloe could have turned this all around. She could have been the most popular Kardashian had she stayed and benefited off of her being the one different Kardashian, the Kardashian that stood out from the rest. Khloe honestly was the one who had the most potential to have the best natural body. She has naturally been a more curvy woman. She has naturally been a bit more bodacious and a bit more thick. Khloe was the tall one. Khloe was the blonde. Had she embraced what made her different and unique and kind of went away from the manufactured perfectness of her sisters, I think people would have gravitated more towards Khloe Kardashian for being more authentic and more real. Khloe had the potential to be the empress of the Kardashian clan. Just imagine had Khloe just been there and been who she was and stressed body positivity, which is what her clothing brand is supposed to be. Her clothing brand is supposed to stress body positivity and accepting what body you're in, but she's over here freaking out about one little photo on the internet. Had she embraced who she was, people would have gravitated toward her for being natural, for being who she was. And then when it came to, because I know Khloe wants to compete with her sisters when it comes to looks, and I'm just like, instead of falling prey to the beauty standards that nobody can attain, why didn't you just set your own and be different? This is why I tell everybody, don't try to fit in. You see me sitting here, I don't really try to fit in. If you haven't noticed, okay, white hair and all, I've never tried to fit in. I enjoy standing out. I enjoy being different. The things that make you different are all the same things that make you unique. Those are the same things that make you special. Why would you want to erase the things that make you special so that you can become a copy and paste of everyone around you, so you can just become the same old airbrushed Instagram filter that everybody else looks like? Why do you want to fit in so bad? That's something that I've never really understood, because I've seen people in the comment section talking to me about it and asking questions about it. And I'm like, for what reason do you want to fit in? Everybody admires all the people, the artists that they say are so different. These artists stand out. These artists are so unique. But the rest of you try so hard to be a carbon copy of the people around you. And I'm like, why? Why are you changing what makes you special? Khloe Kardashian is a great lesson for a lot of people of what happens when you strive for the unattainable, when you try to conform to a mold that is not built for you. You're never going to attain it, and it's likely just going to lead to you feeling insecure about your ability or inability to fit into that mold. It's going to deteriorate your mental stamina. It's going to deteriorate your self-esteem. It's much better health-wise for you, for everybody, for you to just accept who you are and emphasize the qualities about you that make you great. Emphasize the qualities about you that make you special. Like I said, Khloe was different than all her sisters. That makes her special. She was the tall one. She was the blonde. She was the one with the curviest body. She could have beat all her sisters just by accepting who she was, but now she's turned into somebody who's so clearly insecure about who she is and the way that she looks. And I can feel bad for her insecurity. I feel bad for any woman who just feels not good about themselves, because you should, okay? If you see me sitting on YouTube and you were like, man, this girl loves herself. Yeah, Yeah, I do. And you should love yourself too. I sit here and I feel good about myself and I take care of myself and I'm just like, yes, girl, kill it. There's a mirror right there, okay? And I'll look at myself and like, you know what? Get it today, girl. Is that a pimple on your face? Whatever. It's a glorious pimple. It's lucky to be on your face. Like, I pump myself up and I feel good about myself regardless of my supposed imperfections. I adore the things about me that make me unique. So honestly, when people pick on me, it really makes no difference because everything that makes me who I am, I fully accept. So it makes no difference to me if people make fun of me for it. And that's the power that comes from accepting yourself. Once you get over who you are as a person, your looks, your habits, whatever it may be, you find out that people really don't have the power to bring you down. Like, what are they going to bring you down about? If you love your nose, what difference is it going to make for someone to talk crap about your nose then? Like, it makes no sense. Like, I love my nose, so it makes no sense for you to talk crap about it. People want to talk crap about me having white hair. Don't you think I know that some of y'all think it's weird that I have white hair? And yet I still come on YouTube with white hair? So does it seem like I care what you have to say? Like, once you reach that point where you fully accept who you are, life becomes so much more fun. It becomes so much more easy. You can wear what you want to wear. You can do what you want to do. You can try new things without feeling insecure. So like I said, I can have some sympathy for this woman who hasn't reached that point of like freeing herself from the negativity or the expectations of others. But I don't have sympathy when it comes to the beauty standard that she has and continues to perpetuate. Because the reason she's trying to get this photo removed is because she wants to continue with this lie, this airbrushed lie of, no, this is the real me. The real me is totally photoshopped. The real me is like curvy. This is my natural body. Like, Khloe, stop it. Stop it. Everybody's been known, okay? Khloe then did get on Instagram, kind of trying to prove that the photoshopped versions of her are the real versions. And she got on Instagram and showing her body and she's like hiking her pants down so you can see that she has the flat tummy and it's really poor lighting and everything. And it's just like, Khloe, why do you feel like you need to prove anything to anybody for any reason? Like, she's so deeply insecure and I feel bad for the insecurity, but I don't feel bad for the standard that she has found herself outside of. You and your family has perpetuated this standard of the curvy body with the thick booty, which y'all don't have naturally, with the airbrush photos and the perfect hair and the Photoshop. They've created their own monster. You've created your own demon and now it's coming out to destroy you all. So in that sense, I can't have mercy or sympathy for Khloe or any of the Kardashians. You guys did this to yourselves and you lied about it. You lied about it because we've all seen the side-by-side before and after photos of Kim, Khloe, Kylie. We've seen those photos. We know how they look in real life, but they want to force this beauty standard of, no, we all look airbrush perfect, plump lips. Like, you guys have built your brand on being plastic and inauthentic. And now you have to live with it. So now if any crack, any imperfection shows, they get really insecure about it because it threatens their perfection. Which is why I'm like, you don't try to live your life being perfect. I don't. I sure as hell don't. Okay, I confess to my faults all the time. All the time because I know that I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not going to force myself to be the ideal person that somebody else thinks is ideal when I'm totally fine with who I am. Quirkiness and all, pettiness and all, shadiness and all. It doesn't bother me. And I wish that that was the message that the girls had tried to perpetuate instead of this airbrushed finish. I wish that they just were themselves. Because putting yourself on that pedestal, putting yourself in that standard is a very, very dangerous thing, which is why I got out of it very early on in my YouTube life, because I didn't want anyone to ever sit there and be like, oh my God, she's such a perfect little prissy angel. Like, yes, I'm a feminine girly girl and I am ridiculously nice and bubbly sometimes to the point where it's just like, oh my gosh, she's too sweet. I can't take it. Like, I get it, but that's just who I am. But on the flip side, yes, I have a smart mouth and I will tell you about yourself and I have no problem doing it. I am quirky, I am weird, I am funny. Sometimes I'm a bundle of fun, sometimes I'm really intellectual, even when it comes to my faults. I've told you guys many times, I'm a terrible speller. Math terrifies me. I am very detail oriented, but I say things in a nice way about myself. My detail oriented mind can also be described as a bit of compulsive behavior. Okay, I do tend to be a bit compulsive. You guys see the way that I like look at pageant queens and I'm super detailed, but it's almost like a compulsion that I can't control, which can be a bad thing sometimes, but it's things about me that I accept and things about me that I'm honest about. You know, of course I am a nice person, but I'm not always gonna be nice. At this point, everybody knows that I can be incredibly feisty when the time or the moment calls for it. So this is just a lesson. This is just a lesson. Like, of all the things I've been saying on the channel for the entire time I've been here, Khloe should show you guys how dangerous and damaging it can be to force yourself to meet the unattainable standards of others and to be so unwilling to accept yourself and everything that that means, regardless of it be your faults or your flaws or your appearance. You got to come to terms with who you are and be proud of it. Like, there's going to be things about you that are just different, and that's what makes you special. You're special, okay? So in the comment section below, just let me know what you think about the Khloe Kardashian situation. She doesn't look bad in the bikini. That's the thing. It's not like she doesn't look bad. She looks perfectly normal and happy, but she's just insecure, and that's sad. But in the comments, let me know what you think about the situation. Have you suffered at the same fate or hands at the same beauty standard that Khloe has? Like, have you felt that pressure? Or have you been one of those people that totally accept yourself and all your quirky weirdness and behaviors and you're just like not bothered by it? Just let me know what you think. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, and if you are not a member here amongst the court, all of my courtiers, please consider hitting the subscribe button. We would love to have you here, okay? We talk about a lot of different things, so please come, stay, join. I love you and I will miss you, but you know I will be back in a future video. Bye!